Hey collective, I am at the beach. I'll give you a little look around before I start. Right by a cliff. This is Long Bay Beach in Auckland, New Zealand. And so far I have seen a black helicopter, a red little mini plane fly over. It's been interesting. I am going to attempt to do a collective reading. So, bear with me, we are balancing on a rock. I'm not sure where I'm going to put my cards. But I did bring some. And I'm going to try and ignore the rest of the world. I stuffed my face with dried fruit on the way here. I stopped at the supermarket because I was hungry. And it's a little bit windy. And dark chocolate. I'm fully in the middle of an ego death, by the way. It's pretty intense, so bear with me. We're deep in it. Like, why does that guy look like my ex? Like I really am in the middle of an ego death. Oh my god. I doubt it is, but... Alright, spirit guides, ancestors, Holy Spirit, please come down and be with us. Give me any messages to pass on to the collective and myself that we might need to hear in this moment. Please protect us. Please enlighten us. Please help us with any transitions that we are going through in this moment. Amen. Oh, the lovers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like... Oh, yeah, this is going to be an issue. I'm gonna just put it here. There's some serious like love energy around, and it's forcing a lot of people to go through ego deaths. And you know as well as I do that not everybody makes it, right? Not everybody makes it. It's there. Excuse my nails. I took them off and then I chewed them off. But it happens. It's part of my ego death, dark night of the soul, shedding my skin. I shed my nails. It's like they're divinely orchestrated. Like there's a lot of us who have been doing a lot of work, and we've been just shedding ego after ego. Like it's been a really hard time. We've just been through so many awakenings. Just continuously, and just having to retrain and retrain constantly. Loss of identity. We've got the full moons coming up next week as well. I'm not sure what it's in, but it's getting like, you might be feeling the energy, it's getting closer. Like these unions, I've been talking about it for a while, but I see things a lot like, there's another plane. I see things quite often quite early, which is annoying because I'm an Aries and I'm kind of impatient. So it's kind of hard work, like knowing it's coming. And then I'm like, oh, is this it? Nope. This is another cycle. And, you know, just chopping through these cycles, I've realized lately that a lot of these cycles that I've seen and been like, nope, I see you, I know what you are. You begin to like learn to recognize that they are a cycle, and that you don't necessarily have to go in them, like to death, yeah, the ego death, ending of cycles. You might have been praying, you might have been doing a lot of work to try and let things go from your past. You might have had some tantrums, like, I just want to move on. I know I have. Like, can we let go already? I've got the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Swords, so like often the Seven of Swords comes up and it's like a thief kind of energy. Like, it can be really hard to call your energy back. Like, you can call your energy back, you call your energy back, and then there's these dimensions and these portals that take quite a bit to close them. And like these souls, these people, these sometimes entities that are attached to people, they can pick up that you're trying to move on. They can see that you're moving on, and they take it personally. They feel like they're not at their level and that you're leaving them behind, and it's actually not personal. Like, you're doing you, you're not even, you know. And that's what you do when you move on. You try not to give it attention, you try not to give it energy, because then it keeps it alive. And when you want to let it go, you can't keep these things alive. So standing in your power and not letting anybody take your energy from you. Like, no, you've had enough, you know, getting your boundaries. Three of Cups. So that's like a card of celebration. Like, you're going to be getting to the end of these cycles. We are in the end of them, but not just being in the end of it, but it actually being complete and then walking into the new doors. Like, we're waiting. The new doors are opening now. We are transitioning, and then it's going to be like a full timeline jump. But expectations. It's letting go of expectations of what it's going to be like, because we've never experienced it before. We don't know what's coming. We might have manifested something, but we know damn well we never get exactly what we manifest. We get what is manifested. We invest, right? But we're really not in control of what manifests. But the celebration thing it's a full thing. I was channeling it earlier. I think, was it last night or this morning? I saw a couple of lives and they were literally playing like celebrate good times, come on. And I'm watching and I'm like, what's this all about? Like, what's going on here? So there's some massive things coming in that are going to be worth celebrating. So try to surrender ASAP. ASAP. Surrender. Love yourself to pieces. Yeah, there's been a lot of fighting. A lot of fighting for change. Just really, really wanting to bring that change in. Fighting yourself too. Like, and also, a major point that I've been going through in my ego death is I have been fighting myself. And we quite often, we look outside of ourselves and we feel like we're fighting everything else and everybody else, but we are actually fighting ourselves. We are fighting our perspective. We are fighting our old feelings. We are fighting, you know, the parts of ourselves we don't need anymore. that's why they're going, right? That's why they have to go. And we're going to always fight. Oh, the High Priestess. And the Ten of Cups, you sneaky bugger. I just seen the Ten of Cups. So this is like it's a much higher way of living. Like, your gifts are becoming stronger. You're becoming more awake, more aware, which can also be really fucking lonely, right? It can, when you are going into these different dimensions and these awakenings, you feel separated. Like, separation is an illusion that you do. You start to feel separated because you're no longer on the same level, and it can be hard to kind of to settle into, right? To settle into the new worlds that you have entered. Like, that's part of the ego death, is like, fuck, it's just me here. And yeah, it is. Like, we're all in our own worlds all the time. Like, our worlds, the way we see things, our perspectives, is solely built for our unique perspective, for our soul, for our journey, for our path. Like, two of the hardest things to accept in life is, one, you're gonna die one day, and two, you are alone. We are alone in oneself. There's nobody else in your body. There's nobody else on your path. They might be on your path, you might align with them, but you are alone in, you know, it's easier to accept that you are alone, and then you can be grateful and you can appreciate when people come into your path, when they come into your energy, and they are good people. They are, you know, you have your angels and your ancestors, your spirit guides, but mostly it's just you. It's on you. And when you can accept that and settle into that and have strength in that, like, that is your power. Yeah, so I got the, oh yeah, look, Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups, and there's a lot of emotions here. You're going to be really happy when this comes in. And the High Priestess. So, after a lot of fighting and a lot of war and a lot of, you know, you might have gone through quite, there's the moon as well, some spiritual war. Knight of Swords. Somebody's been racing in. I've been picking up the energy of somebody racing in for a while. They might be trying to temper themselves. Maybe a Sagittarius. I've been picking up Sagittarius. I'm going to read some angel cards and then I'll finish up. But you're going to be really happy once this happens. So try and be patient is also what I've been getting, is be patient, be patient. Don't do anything stupid. Don't self-sabotage. Don't get frustrated. Just try and take some time out for yourself, like I'm doing. Come to the beach, you know, some TLC. Just try, you know, and the Hangman, I feel like, you know, you imagine you're being hung, not in like a brutal way, but you're in suspension right now. And it's because you are going to be extremely rewarded, right? Good things are coming. So don't stress, don't worry. There's a lot of people around me right now. When a door doesn't open, don't waste your energy trying to make it open. It's closed for a reason. Something far bigger and better endings are part of the cycle of life. They make way for wonderful new beginnings and opportunities. So a lot of doors have closed. A lot of doors didn't open. You might have had like synchronicities and been following a path and kind of had your mind set on it or your heart set on it, and it just really didn't happen. Like, it just wouldn't happen. Or you might have got an inclination that, you know, I was very lucky in my last little wee path there that I seen all these synchronations, and then I realized I was in an illusion and was like, whoa, jump, bitch. And I jumped. Jumped out. I'm like, no, okay, I don't have time for any more illusions. Like, that's where I'm at. I'm like, I can't be pulling the wool over my own eyes anymore. I'm not gonna gaslight myself anymore. Like, I'm just gonna see it for what it is, and I'm gonna step back. And that's the best way to do it, is to step back. And I keep reminding myself, is the flowers don't go to the bees, right? The bees come to the flowers. So I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm gonna be patient. And if it is meant for me, it will be. It will naturally come and want to be in my life. Like, this goes for jobs, this goes for homes, this goes for paths, you know, people. Anything that is meant for you will be natural. It'll be magnet. We are magnets. We will magnetize what frequency we're at. Which is a whole lot of patience. Patience, surrender, focus, and self-love. That self-love, when you give it to yourself, is a frequency. And it will put like a signal out there, and it will attract exactly that. It will attract love. And love is very healing. We've seen 16:16 on the clock. On the clock. Learn to ride the waves of life. When faced with difficult times, you can either fight against the current or go with it. So ask yourself, what is being gained by depleting your energy, fighting against it? Don't do that to yourself. I like to fight for a while and then I surrender. I'm like, okay. But that's because I'm a brat. Like, it's not quitting. But have your boundaries, but also have, what's that word? Grace. Have grace. I got this tattoo 5 years ago, this fox, and it was to remind me to be graceful like a queen. It was like I trained myself. I was training myself to have some grace, like, and not be a brat. Stop acting out. It's time to grow up, right? Grace is it's an amazing power to be graceful. You know, to breathe through, to shut the fuck up sometimes. Like, sometimes you just need to shut up and sit back, and that is your power. It is very powerful to be able to shut up sometimes. And I had to learn that. Because boy was I defensive, and I liked to argue. I didn't like it, I just didn't have a lot of control of it. And now I've just trained, and quite often I say nothing, and I'm like, have it. You win, bro. Kakitiano. Fight with yourself. I don't need that. You're stupid. So immature sometimes. Especially when you've raised 3 children like I have. I'm like, oh, I cannot be fuck parenting you. Nah, I'm out. Focus your mindset on what you can control instead of what you can't. The world is your oyster. Elevate your thought patterns so that you can attract abundance into your life. You are what you believe. Also, transmutation. You know, I've been going through a lot lately because I'm celibate. And there's different times of like my cycle that is really intense. And so learning how to transmute those different energies and those really stressful times in life when you do get a bit angry, you do start releasing things and you've got these emotions. I've also got BPD, which means, and I'm on the spectrum, which means my emotions can be really extremely powerful sometimes and hard to deal with. But like the more I train, I learn to transmute that energy into something productive, into something manageable into something, you know. It's why I dance and I paint and I write and I walk and I go to the gym, and sometimes I'm a sassy bitch, but it's all useful art. Like, everything's art. Like, when you need to speak, but make sure what you're speaking is productive. It's gonna, you know, make sure it's worth it. Make sure the delivery, it's all in the delivery and what you say and what you're saying. Like, sometimes those angry states really actually help us to open our throat chakra and say some things that really resonate with other people, and they're like, you know, they've been wanting to say it, or they've been going through it and have not heard anybody else talking about it, because nobody wants to talk about it because they feel shame, because they feel like, oh, I might be judged, oh, I might be looked at as this or this or this. But truth be known, we're all fucking human, and we all go through shit. We all go through lots of things, you know. And it really helps sometimes when somebody else talks about it and you can resonate and you're like, fuck, it's not just me. It's not just me. You know, it just reminds you that other people are feeling what you're feeling. Other people are experiencing what you're experiencing. Not the way you are, but it helps to just be like, okay, I've been focusing on this. This is happening. Let's put this aside, let's move through. And then if someone is moving through it and they're talking about it, that can help you move through it as well, because you're like, oh, well, they're getting the fuck over themselves. I'm gonna go get over myself too, because they've got cool shit coming in and they're doing cool stuff now. So maybe if I stop doing, you know, we watch each other, we're inspiring, we inspire each other. And nobody's gonna get inspired if nobody says anything, right? Sit in silence for a moment and listen. The answers you have been seeking are finally coming to you. Truly trust and believe that you are going to make it and be exactly where you need to be. We are on this journey with you. Hang in there, it's not much longer. Fuck yeah. What was I gonna say? You are, listen, hear me now. This changed my life. Forever. This completely changed me and my life. You are always exactly where you are meant to be. Always. You are never in the wrong place. Everything leads you to where you're meant to be. Like the butterfly effect, if you haven't seen the movie, go watch the butterfly effect. There's quite a few different versions. I watched them when I was like 16. And I was tripping balls. I was smoking quite a bit of the ganja at the time and was like, why does this movie change every time I watch it? Then I found out that on that computer that I was watching it for like a week, it actually, there was like a few different versions of that movie I was watching. But the butterfly effect, if you can understand that on a spiritual level, you might have to watch it a few times, you'll understand what we're doing with building these different dimensions if you're at that level. But we have a path, and we have a choice in how we walk that path. We have a choice in whether we take that path. We have a choice in whether we change that path, because we can. The butterfly effect is changing things. It's going back and making, you know, if you stay in one place forever and don't take any opportunities and don't take any other paths and don't meet any other people, you are sitting on your path. You are literally not walking your path, you're sitting in it. Okay, that's what that is. And or you can take a seriously wrong turn, but that's your path. Whether you go the wrong way, you know, sometimes we have to slide off the path. Like, you can't just keep fucking walking the yellow brick road. Like, even in the Wizard of Oz, they had side missions, right? They had side missions. And, you know, when we slide off the path like that and we go over here, like, that's when we really learn some stuff. Like, you have to kind of take those side missions to learn, and what the learning does is it develops and it transforms you, so when you come back on the path, like Alice in Wonderland. That's why I have an Alice in Wonderland tattoo, because Alice goes off and she gets lost, and like, Lord knows she should have been on a leash like me. But eventually she comes to the end and she realizes who the fuck she is. She's like, oh, I'm Alice. This is who I am. And so that's been me the last few years. Like, I'm Alice. I get lost. I learn some shit. And I have just learnt to be comfortable falling in holes and going into different dimensions. And I've taught a lot of people how to be comfortable in being lost, to be comfortable in losing your identity and knowing that everything will change. Nothing ever stays the same. It's always changing. So if you're in a shift, if you're in a place which is really uncomfortable, which is miserable, it could be really hard, it could be really painful, just know it will change. It will evolve. It will change. You've just got to let go. You've got to surrender. You've got to have faith. You've got to look after yourself. You've got to do the best you can in every step you take. And your best is your best, whatever you can do. You know, baby steps. You don't have to keep running. If you can't run, don't run. If you feel like running, run. But if you need a walk, if you need a rest, if you need some fun, if you need a dance, if you need to get on your motorbike and just freaking rage down the highway, do it. Do what you need to do. Listen to your intuition, whatever it's telling you to do. You know, sometimes that's going out and fucking up your life until you hear that and you're like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's a mission. let's go do this instead. You know, and back to your intuition as well. Like, old habits die hard. They're always going to be there. Like, you could just slide off the rails and go do that again. Like, nah, but that's not who I am anymore. No. It's your choice. Always. It's always your choice. What are we at? 26 minutes. Let me pull one more card. Should we get an angel number? Well, I've been channeling a lot of runes lately, pagan runes, because I have a pagan past life as a pagan witch. So that's my path, is learning all about runes. And the universe sends me with messages in runes, so I have to learn all about it or I get confused and I think that they're attached to other things, and then I find out it's not exactly what I think it is at all, and I'm like, fuck. And that's why we've got to heal. That's why we've got to release these old thought patterns, otherwise they can really kick our butts and we can get confused and we can't see what's coming in. We can't read our signs and understand them because we're attached to shit that doesn't serve us anymore, and it's affecting our transition. It's affecting our signal. It's affecting our channel, right? We all have our own channel, like a radio station. Oh, 111. I've been seeing a lot of 111 lately, which I put down to intuition. And 1515, these are exactly the numbers I've been seeing. Destiny. Follow what you feel. Listen as your intuition helps to guide you to what you are manifesting. The inner whispers are helping you to create all that it is you desire. Listen, lean in, and follow your soul. Lean in. Lean in. Life is always happening for me. I am allowing myself to lean into what feels good. Yeah, follow what makes you feel good. 1515. Keep accessing the creative connection that you feel to the divine. The whispers speak through your creative connection, allowing you to express the beauty that is within you and connect you to the love that is all around you. Creativity is my birthright. As I express my creativity, I feel a beautiful flow of love and connection. Yeah, get into your... If you need to tap out, tap into art. And art can be anything you enjoy. Everything is art. I swear, everything is art. We are art. Everything is art, depending on how you see things. It says on my leg, this one here, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And this one says life starts with tears, which Crying is a part of life. You have to do it. I found some of my scribing the other day, and it was like eye infection. If you don't cry, Tracy, you'll get a fucking eye infection. It's happened to me. Because then I didn't cry for so long, and then it'd like break my face. It hurts so much. Like, why do we have to let it get like this, bitch? Just cry. It is not weak, it is powerful. You are strong. If you can cry, you are strong. Because a lot of people will not allow it. They let they stay in the ego. You are a stronger person for crying. Okay, collective. I love you heaps. I hope you enjoyed today's reading. To be fair, I hope you could hear me. I'll find out when I post this when I get home. Take care, everybody. Happy ego deaths. We've got amazing things coming in. There's a major, massive shift right now, okay, for everybody. New World Order.